What's up, Jets Nation, and welcome back to another episode of the Juicy Jet Podcast. I'm your host, Kevin Rooney, and we are here for a little pregame pod because the New York Jets are headed down to Jacksonville to play the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jets 3-10 versus the 9-4 red-hot Jacksonville Jaguars. You know, we got them right where we want them. That's all. But what we're going to do today is, I guess, talk about this game a little bit. Like, I don't know. There's not much to talk about, so it'll be very quick in the way we review this game and what we think is going to happen. I'll talk about the injuries. We'll talk about some keys to a Jets victory. I'll give my prediction. And then what I really want to do on this pod is do like a little bit of a rooting guide. Obviously, for us, if the Jets win, that's great. If they lose, well, we want some other things to happen so we can move up the draft order and get a better draft pick. So I'm going to tell you which teams you should be rooting for this week, and yeah, where we should be paying attention if the Jet game is too boring for you and you don't want to watch. So let's start off, talk a little bit about this game. So for me, I'm obviously on my streak. We've been to every single Jets home and away game this year, and now I'm headed down to Jacksonville. I go down on Saturday night, so it's a very quick trip there, go for the game, and then come right back. So nothing crazy. Now for me, this is the absolute worst case scenario for someone who travels to every game. Now I know there's probably zero of these people out in the world besides me that do this for the New York Jets, but this is literally the worst case scenario. Number one, the Jets stink. Number two, we're coming off probably the worst loss of the season, which was absolutely demoralizing. Number three, you have injuries all over the place. You have no Justin Fields, no Tyrod Taylor, no Mason Taylor. You have no, I think like half the defense is also out. You have no A.Z. Thomas. You have no Kiko Malagoa. So we have none of the players that are going to, no Garrett Wilson. He's not off IR yet. So none of the players that you actually want to watch that will be on the team next year are actually going to be playing or contributing in this game. And Brady Cook is starting. He's making his first NFL start as an undrafted rookie free agent. You're playing on the road in a city that I don't love. I don't have a great time when I go to Jacksonville, Florida. There's not a lot to do. And then you're playing against a red-hot team who is in the midst of a playoff race and fighting for the division lead. Absolute disaster scenario. I don't think there's even any Jets fans going to this game. I'm going to be the only one. Luckily, the Jets are in green. The Jaguars are kind of green. I kind of fit in. So like, hopefully, Jaguar fans aren't going to make fun of me or anything like that. They were in the same boat as us for multiple years, so they get it. But man, this is just an awful, like this is the one game that I am dreading going to, and I don't want to do it. I really don't want to go, but I got to keep the streak alive. So I'm going to do it, and you never know. You never know what might happen. Maybe you'll have a little bit of fun while you're there. Maybe you meet some cool people. I've been to the stadium already, so it's not like I'm going to see anything new. I'm staying in the same hotel I was in last time. It's really nothing crazy. So it's tough because it's, you're 3-10. It's late in the year. I have to go. I don't want to go, but I feel like I have to. So I'm going to do it to support the team, support Brady Cook, and keep the streak alive. But man, at least you'd get like a good city you could go to or something like that. Like next week, I'm going down to New Orleans. That's going to be awesome. I don't care that both teams stink. We're going to have so much fun. The Gotham City crew guys are putting together a big Saturday night thing and then a tailgate on Sunday, which I've already bought tickets to. So that's going to be great. We're going to have a great time. Here, it's like I'm just going to check a box. That's what it feels like. So it's brutal, but hey, at least it'll be warmer than it is in New York. New York, it's like 13 degrees tomorrow, and I'll be in Florida where it's like 65 and sunny. So that'll be nice. So yeah, I kind of like ripped through all the horrible things that are, oh my God, that are potentially going to happen and all the things that are going wrong already for the Jets. But let's talk about it a little bit more. So big news and notes. Let's talk about something positive that happened today. Something like really great and I thought was smart. The New York Jets extended center Josh Myers 2 years, $11 million with $6 million guaranteed. Now the Jets have 4 of their 5 offensive linemen locked in under contract for next year. Now, I think this is a really great deal because, one, Myers has done a pretty decent job this year. He's definitely the weakest member of our offensive line, no doubt. I think I'm going to see how he does with Brady Cook, but he had some weird snap issues a couple weeks ago. I know there were a couple fumbles with Brady Cook, but I kind of blame Brady Cook for those. And there's definitely moments where he lets people through, but he's been okay. He's a good bridge center to whoever our next center is going to be. And the great part about this deal is it's still cheap, where it's not like taking a huge chunk out of our cap. And you could still draft someone or sign someone who's better than him, which is great. So, like, sure, we have him if we don't want to sign anybody or we don't want to draft anybody. But if you do, he's a great backup to have because he could play guard, he could play center, we can move people around. It's just great depth to have across the offensive line. And if we get a young rookie quarterback next year, you want to make sure that your offensive line is in the best possible shape it can be to protect this guy and set him up for actual success, other than what we did with Sam Darnold, Zach Wilson, all those guys, where it was just a disaster. They had nothing around them. So at least we're going to have the wall still built up front. Now, the big question, well, actually, one of the good things, too, about this, it keeps Joe Tippmann at guard. Joe Tippmann's been having an awesome season at right guard, and it sounds like that's where the Jets want to keep him. He's not going to have to play center anymore. And, yeah, that's going to solidify that side of the line. So you got Myers, Tippmann, and Membu just solidifying the right side. Now, the big question going into the offseason is, who's the left guard? You got John Simpson and AVT, both free agents. Do you bring one of them back? My guess is you bring one back. I think they're going to try to bring AVT back with the injury history and all that stuff. John Simpson, they'll probably let walk is my guess. But who knows? There's not a lot of really good free agent offensive linemen out there. So AVT could just say, nope, I'm not going to sign anything. I'm going to wait, see what my market looks like. And then, come back to the Jets and say, hey, this is what I'm getting offered by another team. Can you match it? And we could or could not. I don't know. We're going to have a lot of cap space, so we could. But how much do you want to pay for a player who just consistently gets hurt? But so that's the great news is that, we've locked down 4/5 of the offensive line for next year. So feeling good about that. Let's go into the rest of the news. So we talked about it already. Garrett Wilson was not taken off the IR, so he is still out. He hasn't practiced at all. So not a great sign. Like, I think with Brady Cook out there, I think they're just saying, you know what, let's just put you on ice till next year. That's my guess. Unless Garrett really pushes it for the last couple games and he just wants to get his legs loose and remember how to play football for a little bit. But I don't know. I could see him just being shut down for the rest of the year. The rest of the injuries, we talked about it. Justin Fields, he is out this week with knee soreness, whatever that is. And I personally think he's just done for the year. He's never playing for the Jets again. I think that comment about him not wanting to help and play in a, come in certain packages as a quarterback or run the ball or whatever, when he said he wasn't going to do that, I think that really just ended his tenure here as a Jet. So that's it for Justin Fields. Kiko Mauagoa, he has a neck injury. He is out, so we're not going to see the rookie linebacker, which is unfortunate. Our linebacker play has been absolutely horrible. It's not like Kiko was great, but at least he was a young player. You can watch him and see, hey, is he going to get better over the rest of the season? Mason Taylor, neck injury. He did not practice the entire week. He's out. That is a real bummer because I love Mason Taylor. I love watching him. I want him to keep getting better and better, but it's kind of tough. You're going to have Jeremy Ruckert starting at tight end, and then also Stone Smart's questionable. So it might be Jelani Woods and Mason Taylor, and Jeremy Ruckert as our two tight ends. We also signed a tight end too. We'll see if he's active. I'm not sure. Tyrod Taylor, he didn't practice all week with his groin, so he is out. Our two quarterbacks, our Brady Cook is starting, and then our old buddy Adrian Martinez is back. So if you remember, Adrian Martinez was on the team in this preseason. He played in a bunch of preseason games. I think the team really liked him. It's just they like Brady Cook better. And then he goes to the 49ers, is the backup over there for a little bit. But then when Brock Purdy got healthy, they cut Adrian Martinez, and now he's back with us. So, Adrian Martinez spent a little bit of time with Robert Saleh over there, and maybe he learned a little something from the Kyle Shanahan School of Quarterbacking, and now he's back with us. So, yeah, we're rolling out there with Brady Cook and Adrian Martinez as our two starting quarterbacks, or our two quarterbacks on Sunday. Oh, God, that's awful. I feel like every year we get into this position where we can't just have one quarterback for the whole year. And the only time it's happened is last year with Aaron Rodgers, where somehow he lasted the whole year. It makes absolutely no sense as a 42-year-old or however old he was last year. But we always get these random weird quarterbacks that have to play. When you think about the Tim Boyles of the world, the David Fales, the Bryce Petty's, and I don't know, all those guys. It's just so weird. It's going to be a great trivia question one day when Josh Johnson, like he had to play in a game for us, and now it's Brady Cook, or maybe Adrian Martinez has to come in. So don't forget it. This is going to be a trivia question on Trivia Tuesday in the future. So that's our quarterback situation. Azareye'h Thomas has a shoulder injury. He's out. It's a bummer. I really want to watch him. I thought he was getting better, but it seems like he just has injury problems. He seems to be getting hurt a lot, so I don't know what the deal there is. And then you got Cam Jones is questionable, the linebacker with a hip. Practiced fully on Friday, so I think he'll play, but we'll see. And then Stone Smart had a concussion. He was full practice on Friday, which usually is a good sign that they'll play on Sunday. Otherwise, Brees, Tony Adams, Brady Cook, Jermaine Johnson, Harrison Phillips, Quincy Williams all didn't practice on Wednesday, which was crazy. It was like, oh my God, we don't have any players. But luckily, they all got back on the field Friday, so they should all be good to go. So that's the injury report. Let's see. The Jacksonville Jaguars are the healthiest team, I think, in all of football. They have nobody. They have two people who are questionable. Walker Little, their offensive lineman, and Parker Washington, their wide receiver. And they both practiced fully on Friday. So they literally are the healthiest team in the league, and they're playing the New York Jets on Sunday at home. So, yeah. All right, talking about this game. There is literally no excuse for the Jaguars to lose this game. If the Jaguars lose this game, they should riot as a fan base. And they won't, because there's probably not a lot of them. But they should riot. I mean, this could be I don't think it's a trap game, because I don't think the Jets are talented enough to actually make it a trap game. But man, if they lose this game, that is a huge, huge problem, because everything is in their favor. Trevor Lawrence is red hot. Their offense is playing great. The passing game looks awesome. They have one of the best defenses in football. They take the ball away. They're just a really good football team, and they're winning a lot. Their new head coach seems to know what he's doing and coaching well. Their division is kind of falling apart, with the Colts collapsing and starting a 44-year-old quarterback who's literally a grandpa. So I mean, everything is going in their favor. It's going to be good weather. They're at home. I would be amazed if they lose this game, if the Jaguars lose this game. But let's talk about it. So for me, like, there's really not a lot of matchups that I'm like really interested in watching. I just want to see if like Jermaine Johnson and Will McDonald can get some pass rush. I think that'd be interesting. I want to see our special teams continue to be the best special teams in football. Maybe another big return, kick, punt, whatever. I think that would be exciting to see. I want to see Brady Cook play well. Like, I'm rooting for the guy. I want to win. Like, I'm still rooting for wins. But, the spread is what, 13.5 or something like that? All right, let's cover the spread, Brady Cook. Let's see what you can do. I want to see John Mechie catch a touchdown pass instead of continually dropping passes. I want to see A.D. Mitchell play well. Brees, obviously, is someone I want to play well. I don't want to, overuse him now, because we're getting to the point of the year where, okay, we don't want him to get hurt. We want to extend him, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, there's, not a lot that I'm really, super locked in on. The safeties, I guess I'll watch Malachi Moore. I think that'll be a fun player to watch. Juwan Briggs, I love watching him, so we'll continue to watch him. On offense, the offensive line, I want to keep watching the offensive line play well. But otherwise, and hope for no injuries. That's really it. So it's nothing very motivating that I'm getting ready to watch and cheer for. But yeah. And it's actually funny, because I went to this game last year. It was Jets Jaguars. It's the picture behind me here. And it was probably the best game of the year in terms of the way our offense played. It was Aaron Rodgers just slinging it left and right to Davante Adams all over the place. Davante Adams, by the way, which is leading the league in touchdowns with 15. I don't think the Jets have 15 offensive touchdowns this year. And we let him go for nothing, so that kind of sucks. So yeah, it's who knows? Maybe we can surprise him. But let me give you my three keys to a Jets victory. Number one, miracle. You need to pray to the high heavens if you actually want the Jets to win this game. You just need to pray for a miracle. No, I'm just kidding. The three things that need to happen is, one, we would need a special teams touchdown. We've done it multiple weeks, so it could happen again. They are literally the greatest special teams unit of all time, and I'm not even kidding. Statistically, they're the greatest special teams unit of all time, and there's still 4 games to go. So, number one, special teams touchdown. Number two, we would probably need 4+ sacks on Trevor Lawrence. I think you would need to see a lot from Will McDonald and Jermaine Johnson to make this a game. Number three, there would have to be an absolute meltdown by Trevor Lawrence. Trevor Lawrence would have to have 3+ turnovers. I'm saying 3 turnovers would get the Jets to make this a game and potentially win. As you can see, the things that I'm saying are so unrealistic, but if they did happen, the Jets would probably win the game. So it's special teams touchdown, it's 3 turnovers, and the Jets only have 1 defensive turnover this year. We have 0 interceptions. Can we finally get one? And then, of course, 4 sacks of Trevor Lawrence. So absolute meltdown would need to happen in order for us to win this game. Finally, my prediction. Like I said, I am not confident in this team to win this game. I'm going back to my old ways of not picking the Jets to win. I am going to go with the Jacksonville Jaguars 34, the New York Jets 13. I think the Jets will play hard. I think they'll try. I just don't think we have the horses in this game to keep up with the Jaguars. I don't think, I hope Brady Cook plays well. He's in a really tough spot, especially with no Garrett out there, no Mason Taylor out there. And the defense is it's a terrible defense, and they've been playing horrible all year. And you're just losing players left and right. So I just don't see a way the Jets can win this game. But if they do, I'll be pleasantly surprised. So that is my takeaway for this game, and that is my prediction. So we'll see what happens. But like I said, I will be there. I think I got a ticket in the first row, back of the end zone. So when Brady Cook throws a touchdown pass to A.D. Mitchell, I'll make sure to give him a big bear hug right in the end zone when it happens. All right, what I want to do now is give everybody a little bit of a rooting guide. Obviously, the Jets right now, I think, are 7th in the draft order in the tank. Actually, let me just pull it up real quick and just make sure I'm right on it. We are, 7th in the draft order as of right now, but there's a lot of good stuff happening underneath us to mix some things up. So the big thing, Atlanta wins last night, which kind of pushes them out of our range of getting in front of us. They now have 5 wins, which means, we would have to win 2 games. I don't see us winning 2 of these next 4 games to tie them. So I think they're going to be behind us, which is good to see. And I can't believe the Buccaneers lost that game. The Buccaneers are just in an absolute downward spiral. I don't know what's going on over there. Baker's not playing well. Todd Bowles is a mess. He might get fired after this year. It's crazy. But here are the teams that I am rooting for this week. So the Cincinnati Bengals are 4-9, which means if the Jets win, we would be tied with the Bengals. We don't want to be tied with the Bengals. They play the Ravens Sunday at 1. I'm rooting for the Bengals to win to kind of push them up and out of our range a little bit. So that's number 1. Number 2, the Eagles play the Raiders. I think there's almost 0 chance on the planet, especially with Kenny Pickett starting against the Eagles. But I'm going to be rooting for the Raiders. You want the Raiders to win somehow, some way. Maybe the Eagles continue their turnover woes and the Raiders can do something there. But you need the Raiders to move up because right now they are a quarterback-needy team with the 2nd overall pick. So if we want Mendoza, you got to be ahead of the Raiders. And the closer we get to the top, the less likely we have to give up a draft haul to move up if we really like a quarterback and want to move up. So that's where a lot of this is coming from. All right, Cardinals-Texans is a big game. Obviously, we got to root for the Cardinals. The Cardinals are right behind us at 3-10. They have a harder strength of schedule. I don't know if they're going to be able to win this one, but the Texans are really hot right now. So are the Jaguars. That division is going to come down to the wire with those two. But if you can get the Arizona Cardinals to win, that would be amazing. But the likelihood that they will is very slim. All right, let's get into a more realistic game. The Commanders-Giants. This is a really big one because the Commanders are right ahead of us at pick 6, and the Giants have the 1st overall pick in the draft. For me, neither team needs a quarterback. So it doesn't really matter too much to me who wins this game. I'd probably prefer the Commanders win to get them out and get the Jets into the 6th spot. Because my thing is, if the Giants win, the Raiders move into the number 1 overall pick. The Raiders need a quarterback. That's probably Mendoza or Dante Moore. So there's no trading up to beat the Raiders if they have the number 1 pick. So I'm probably rooting for the Commanders. But either way, it's going to help out the Jets no matter which team wins that game. So just actually, even if a tie would be probably the best thing that could happen, is they both get bumped out a little bit. So that's a really good one to watch. Browns versus Bears, another tough one. Shedeur needs some magic, but we're going to be rooting for the Browns in that one. Hopefully some bad weather in Chicago or something like that to make it a tougher game. But definitely rooting for the Browns to beat the Bears because they right now are in the 4th slot, so we need them to win. Now the Browns, the Saints, the Commanders, us, and the Cardinals are all 3-10. So if one team wins, they bounce right out, and we get to scoop up into that spot, which is great. Saints play the Panthers. The Panthers are actually playing really well right now, but they could lose just some random game out of nowhere, and the Saints are playing a lot better, and the Saints are at home. So can the Saints win? That would be amazing for us because we got to play the Saints the next week. So it would hurt a little bit less if we happen to win that game against the Saints if they already win this one and move to 4-10. So that's one that's possible. I think that one could happen. Let's see what other games are up. Chargers Chiefs doesn't really matter. I'm rooting for the Chargers because I just don't want the Chiefs to win go to the playoffs or win the Super Bowl. Bills Patriots. I don't really care. I hope they beat the crap out of each other and nobody wins. So that game's horrible. The Bills need it though if they want to. This is the Bills' year. If the Bills want to go to the Super Bowl, they have to win this year because the AFC is such a weird jumble of teams. But I don't know if the Bills' defense is good enough or the playmakers are good enough to win it all this year. Let's see what else other games we got. Colts Seahawks. You're rooting hard for the Seahawks. We want the Colts to continue to drop down the draft rankings because we have their other pick, and they are starting 44-year-old grandfather Philip Rivers. Out of control. I cannot believe we are in the year 2025 and Philip Rivers is playing quarterback. Aaron Rodgers is in first place in his division. Devontae Adams is leading the league in touchdowns. I'm like looking around like, is it 2012? What is going on right now? It is absolutely wild. Sean Payton is coaching up a great football team. It's wild. It's crazy what's happening right now. So yes, root hard for the Seahawks. We want the Colts to lose, and we love Sam Darnold. We love Sam Darnold. We want him to do well. So that's a big one. 49ers Titans. Tough one for the Titans. Really tough game. Obviously, we're rooting for the Titans to win that one. We're not going to get all these. We might not get any of them, to be honest with you. But if there's games you want to pay attention to, it's can you get one or two of these like lower level teams surprising one of these better teams. So we need the Titans to win because the Titans are actually 2-11 and they're in the third spot right now. Good news is with the Titans is they don't need a quarterback unless this new coach comes in and says, I hate Cam Ward, in which case I would probably just trade for Cam Ward. That's what I would probably do. But since they don't need a quarterback, it's okay to have them in the top three. Maybe get them ahead of the Raiders or something like that as another trade candidate. So that would be great. Any other games out there that we care about? Vikings, Cowboys. You kind of want the Vikings to win that one just so the Cowboys' second-round pick drops for us a little bit. But the Vikings and J.J. McCarthy stink, so who knows what happens there. Steelers, Dolphins, Monday Night Football. That's a pretty wild one. I am probably rooting. Let's see. Can the Dolphins pass the Colts? I'll probably root. I freaking hate the Dolphins. I don't think I can root for the Dolphins. I'm going to root for Aaron Rodgers. But if the Dolphins do win, it gets them one game closer to passing the Colts in the draft rankings, which means the Colts draft pick continues to fall. Right now it's pick 18. Can we get it into the top 15? That would be glorious. So glorious. Man, we're going to be sitting pretty with these picks. And if Daniel Jones isn't healthy by next year, oh my God. We're going to have 3 first-round picks next year. Oh, man. It's beautiful. So that's it. The big thing is you want these teams. The Giants-Commanders game is the most interesting one to look out for. I'm dying over here. That's the most interesting one. But if you can get the Raiders, Titans, Browns, Saints to win their game, or Cardinals to win their game, the Jets move up, and we're in a better position. So, yeah, if you're one of those people that loves the tank, and the tank seems to be marching on because we are just, we're trying, it seems like we're trying to lose at this point. The front office is doing everything, and the coaching staff is doing everything possible to force us to lose this game. Then we're going to be hopefully getting into that top 5. That's where you want to be. You want to be in the top 5 so you don't have to trade a haul to go from 7-1 to get a quarterback. So that is all I got. I hope everybody enjoys the football this weekend. If anyone happens to be listening to this and will be in Jacksonville, please let me know. I would love to hang out with somebody before the game starts. If not, I'm going to go in and eat my food, sit in my front row seat, and enjoy the show. So please let me know if you're going to be there. You can follow me on JuicyJet25 on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, all that good stuff. If you could like, rate, subscribe, review, smash up those likes. Do it. Give me a follow, all that good stuff. And I will be posting content all weekend because I'll be by myself in Jacksonville just filming what's going on. So check it out. And yeah, I hope everybody enjoys the game. Hopefully we have no major injuries. Hopefully it's an exciting game and it's fun. And hopefully the Jets come out on top. Thank you all for listening, and I will talk to you on Monday to recap the game. See ya, and go Jets.